fine. All right, so I'll leave that in there. This lesson is about rounding numbers. It should have been done in primary, but like I said, I'm not going to do that thing, oh, you should have done it, and then just let you struggle through not knowing. I'm just going to teach you from scratch my way, okay? Often we just want to give an approximate idea of a number. We round it off. For example, it doesn't matter that much in 2023 that the exact population of Australia was, what is this? 26,439,111. Who cares? That's just a big number. So could I say, what's the closest million that we're at? 26 million. It's approximately 26 million. Do you agree? I've lost all that information. Is it still a lot of people? Right. So can you see why we round? Right. There are certain rules you need to follow for rounding. So this is what would go on your cheat sheet. This is the vital stuff. Can you see how the black is just to help me give an example and explain why we're doing this? So how do you round in steps? Decide what place you're rounding to. Not to T-O-O, T-O. This is the cutoff point. So you're not even writing anything yet. You're just deciding in your head where you're going to cut off to. Then step 2, look at the number in the place after the cutoff point. If that number is less than 5, you leave all the numbers alone and you just cut off. But if the number is 5 or more, you increase the number at the cutoff point by 1. Then you cut off everything at the cutoff point. A lot of you probably already know how to do this, but I want to set the rules out so that you can't dispute it. All right? You probably do it naturally. And then lastly, this is what's new. From now on in your high school career and for the rest of your life, if you round, you need to tell me what you rounded to in brackets. So after the number, if you rounded to the nearest 100, you'll write bracket nearest 100. If you rounded to 3 decimal points, you'll write bracket 3dp. What brackets would I write for this? Bracket nearest million, okay? That's what I want you to do. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to get the rules down, and then I'll do some examples with you. If you feel very confident in your rounding ability, we'll just chill. Have a look at the question that we're going to do. In your head, get the answer. When we do it together, we'll see if you're right. So a couple of minutes, writing time. I'm not turning the boards around anymore or racing, so if you do get behind a little bit, it doesn't matter. You can get it later. Is anyone getting a little stuffy in here? All right? I sweat straight away. All right, let's do our examples. I have a number, 37,239. I want to round to the nearest 100. Is 9 in the hundreds column? Is 3 in the hundreds column? Is this 2 in the hundreds column? No. So I'm rounding to that. Okay? So let's follow the rules. 3, 7, 2, 3, 9. Decide what place you're rounding to. This is the cutoff point. So I'm cutting off there. Look at the number in the place after the cutoff point. So after it is 3. If the number is less than 5, leave all the numbers alone and cut off the digits at the cutoff point. So you're going to write, so this is going to be 3, 7, 2, and then I chuck my zeros in. And then in brackets, what do I write? Nearest 100. Does that make sense when I think about it? Is 39 closer to 0 or 100? If If you look on a scale from 0 to 100, what's 39 closer to 0? It's closer to 0. So that's why we just basically ignored it and went 0, 0. Next example, and then I'll give you some time. Round to the nearest 10. Is 9 in the tens column? Is 3 in the tens column? Yes. So I'll write it again. 3, 7, 2, 3. My cutoff point is going to be after the 3. 9. If the number after the cutoff point is 5 or more, what do I do with this 3? Increase it by
1.
1. So it's going to be 3, 7, 2, 4, 0. What did I round to? The nearest 10. Does that make sense? Is 39 closer to 40 or is it closer to 30? Closer to 40, so that's why it became that. Right, some writing time. Almost done. I'm doing those sad faces. Too much to learn. Normally it won't be this long of me talking. I did my introduction. Normally it would just be the boards and then you'd be sitting in class. Now just quickly to finish off so I can shut my mouth. For the number 6.3829, round to 3 decimal places. So 6.3829. Where is my little cutoff point dots gonna go? After the 2 or after the 8 or after the 3? Where? After the 2. I'm gonna be cutting off here because I want 3 decimal points. What number do I look at to make a decision? Do I look at the 2 or do I look at the number after the cutoff point? After. I look at the 9. Is it bigger than 5?
Yeah.
Good. So what do I do when it's bigger than 5? I raise the cutoff point number by 1, 6.383. And that's it, then I just cut it off. So what did I round to? How many decimal points is this? 3. So I write 3 DP. Last one. No, thankfully stop talking. 6.3829. Where am I going to put my little dots? Between? Good. Between 8 and 2. I look at the number after. Is that smaller than 5? So what do I do when it's smaller than 5? Do I increase anything? I just leave everything alone. So that's going to be 6.38. And what do I put in brackets afterwards? 2dp. That's your lesson done. Okay? So every time when I finish teaching, the expectation is, I'm saying what you work on in class and your homework, if you don't finish it, is what I set during the lesson. So it's going to be 2B, exercise 2B, exercise 2C.1, exercise 2C.2. And obviously if I was asking you to do all of it, you'd be freaking out. That would be too much. I haven't asked you to do all the letters. I asked you to do A and H. Are A and H close together in the alphabet? No. Okay. To start off with, on your day map lesson, there's a PDF of the textbook. So use that for now. What I'll do is instead of losing 30 minutes of a lesson, sending you all to the library at the same time, I'll just send you out in groups of 2 or 3. So that once I talk, you're not cutting anything away. Does that make sense? So maybe later this lesson I'll send some people to borrow the textbook. Right now, just get started on your practice.